Across Australia, there's a lot of areas introducing 30km/h speed limits. Now, does this make any sense? Well, firstly, it's worth noting that we're talking here about neighbourhoods, streets. We're not talking about highways, we're not talking about freeways, but rather places where schools are and people live. Now, it's worth noting this is not the first time Australia's had this debate. In fact, in the late 90s, early 2000s, the default speed limit, that is the speed limit for built-up areas, was reduced from 60km/h down to 50. And now the question's being asked, should it come down even further? Now, cities around the world are already doing this. London, Edinburgh, Paris, and actually in Japan, all cities will have this rule in place for built-up areas by the year 2026. So why do it? Well, firstly, the neighbourhood areas are where there are a lot of kids, there are a lot of pedestrians, kind of where people are. And it kind of makes things a lot safer to lower the speed limit. So firstly, what happens is that accidents with pedestrians are just less likely. If you have a look at the chart, the stopping distance between 50 and 30km/h can be as high as half as much. But the most important factor, as far as I'm concerned, is what happens if there is an incident. If you look at this chart, you can see that if people are hit at 50km/h, the chance of dying is around 85%, and that drops to just 10% at 30 k's. So maybe a little bit slower, not much change in journey time is the right choice.